I think I got it. You said, what about older students who've gotten prompt dependent? And does that run into problems in the beginning? It's interesting, and I don't think Jen would mind me mentioning that she was very concerned about Cade. She had worked with a practitioner right before the pandemic started, and 6 months later was about to give up. And she called JB, and JB said, no, don't quit. Go see DM. And so she flew out to San Diego, and her issue was that she didn't want to prompt him. She was afraid. She's like, he's so prompt dependent on me for everything. And that's a struggle with initiation, which Dana will talk about more as an OT. In our methods, we have to prompt them at first, but we will absolutely fade those prompts before we get to independent, like to open-ended communication. We're not going to influence their communication. So you saw various stages of it in here. So you saw parts where I was really prompting and my voice was very sing-songy. And then you see parts where all I'm doing are continuation prompts, which are like, keep going, yep. Because I can't influence, I don't know exactly what word they're spelling. I haven't had a single issue, nor has Dana, of someone remaining prompt dependent and not getting to that point. What you're seeing is more a struggle with initiation. So go ahead, Dana.
Yeah, and individuals with apraxia, the hardest thing for them to do is initiate. So when it's, okay, I want you to go pick up your backpack and we're going to school and they're sitting on the couch and they're not moving, and we tend to go, well, they didn't hear me, they don't want to, all of those conclusions, when in fact they actually do, but they cannot get their body initiated to move. So we do need to provide that prompting and like the start. And then we're gonna, like Don-Marie said, fade that back. And neither one of us have had anybody that's prompt dependent. And I think what's happened in the past is that when you practice something over and over again and you get into almost like a loop where the speller will expect someone to say something, and so then it becomes this loop that, okay, I'm gonna sit there and then mom's gonna say this or dad's gonna say this and then I'm gonna move, rather than work on the actual issue, which is helping to support building that initiation.
And also in the speller's method, we've come up with a whole initiation protocol, which is outside of spelling to communicate, but meaning let's work on that skill. So they know all the steps once you cue them to go. How do we get them to cue themselves to go? So, but it's part of apraxia as well, but not an issue for communication fluency.